Hello students, welcome to class 12 physics. In this video we are going to discuss about the topic transformer of chapter 7 alternating current. What is transformer? Write its principle and write its construction. Transformer is a device which can increase or decrease the AC voltage. The transformers which increase the voltage are called step-up transformers, while the transformers which decrease the voltage are called step-up transformers. So transformer is a device that will be transforming something, that will be changing something. Here this is nothing but the voltage, it will be changing the voltage. That means it is a device, we can consider it as the device that will be giving us the desired voltage. That means whatever voltage we are getting, suppose we are getting the 220 volt from the mains, right, and our appliance requires suppose 10 volt, then that voltage should be decreased. We are desiring the 10 voltage, and that voltage we will be getting through the transformer only. So transformer acts as the mediator which will be converting this high voltage into the low voltage. The same is true for the other ways. That is, if there is a low voltage and if we desire the high voltage, then we can use the transformer to convert that low voltage into high voltage. So in short, we can say that transformer is a device that will be giving us the desired voltage. So there are two types of the transformers. Step up transformer is such type of transformer which will be increasing the voltage, and step down transformer is such type of transformer that will be decreasing the voltage. Now let us see the principle. Transformer works on the principle of the electromagnetic induction. Now let us see the construction. A transformer consists of two sets of coils insulated from each other. As shown in figure A and B, the coils are wound on a soft iron core, either one on top of the other or on separate limbs of the core. One of the coils, called the primary coil, has Np turns. The other coil is called the secondary coil, has Ns turns. The primary coil is the input coil and the secondary coil is the output coil of the transformer. Here the coils are wounded by two ways. Core types. Coils are wound on a soft iron core on separate limbs of the core as shown in figure B. And shell type coils are wound on a soft iron core, either one on top of the other as in figure A. So here we can see in the transformer the windings, the coils, there are two coils. First is the primary coil, as you can see over here in both this figure we are having the primary coil and the secondary coil, and these primary coil and secondary coil is to be wound around the core, that is, it is wound around the soft iron core. So on the basis of how these windings are done, there are two types of the transformer according to their construction. Here is the shell types transformer, in which there is a common soft iron core around which the primary coil is wound as well as the secondary coil is wound around it. And another type of transformer, that is the core type. Here we are having the separate limbs of this core. One limb is for winding of the primary coil and the other limb is for the windings of the secondary coil. And here the primary coil is used as the input coil because it is connected to the input voltage which is to be changed, and secondary coil generally it is connected to the appliance for which we want this desired voltage. So primary coil is the input coil, secondary coil is the output coil. And primary coil has the number of turns, and these number of turns of primary coil is denoted by Np, and the number of turns of the secondary coil is denoted by Np. So this is about the principle, construction and types of the transformer. So students, you may note down this theory. Now let us see the working of the transformer. When an alternating voltage is applied to the primary, the resulting current produces an alternating magnetic flux, which links the secondary and induces an EMF in it. The value of EMF depends on the number of turns in the secondary coil. Let an ideal transformer in which the primary has negligible resistance and all the flux in the core links both primary and secondary windings. If no load joined to a secondary and NP and NS are the number of turns in the primary and secondary respectively, then the induced EMF in the primary coil is epsilon P equals to minus NP d phi by dt, and in the same way the induced EMF in the secondary coil is epsilon S equals to minus NS d phi by dt. Here we can say the induced EMF EP equals to the voltage Vp and epsilon S equals to Vs, where Vp and Vs are the voltages across the primary and the secondary coils respectively. So now the equation 1 and equation 2 can be rewritten as Vp equals to minus Np d phi by dt and Vs equals to minus Ns d phi by dt. Now taking the ratios of this two, taking the ratio of Vs to Vs by Vp, we get Vs by Vp equals to minus Ns d phi by dt upon minus Np d phi by dt. Here this gets cancelled, minus gets cancelled, we have Ns upon Np. So here Vs by Vp equals to Ns by Np. The above relation has been obtained using three assumptions. The primary resistance and the current are small. The same flux links both the primary and secondary as very little flux escapes from the core, and the secondary current is small. The ratio of the number of turns in secondary coil Ns to the number of turns in primary coil Np is called transformation ratio, lambda. Lambda is equals to Ns by Np. So it can be written as Vs by Vp equals to lambda. If the secondary coil has a greater number of turns than the primary, the voltage is stepped up. That means if we want the voltage to be increased, then we need to use the step up transformer, and in step up transformer the number of turns in the secondary coil will be greater than that of the primary coil. And if we want the voltage to be decreased, we need to use the step down transformer, and in step down transformer the number of turns in the primary coil will be greater compared to that of the number of turns in the secondary coil. So students, you may note down this theory. Now let us see the reasons the energy losses occurs in actual transformer. So what are the various reasons for which there are the energy losses? So first reason is the flux leakage. Not all of the flux due to the primary passes through the secondary due to poor design of the core or the air gaps in the core. It can be reduced by winding the primary and secondary coils one over the other. So if there is imperfect design of the core, then due to that there will be flux leakage and that results into the energy loss. Second is the resistance of the windings. The wire used for the windings has some resistance, and so energy is lost due to heat produced in the wire I square R, which is known as the Joule's heat, that we have already studied. That there will be the resistance in this coil, and due to which there will be dissipation of the energy in the form of heat. In high current, low voltage windings, these are minimized by using thick wire. Next is eddy currents. The alternating magnetic flux induces eddy currents in the iron core and causes the heating. So this eddy current causes the heating and the effect is reduced by having a laminated coil. Fourth is hysteresis. The magnetization of the core is reversed by the alternating magnetic field. The resulting expenditure of the energy in the core appears as heat and is kept to a minimum by using a magnetic material which has a low hysteresis law. So here, while changing the magnetic field, there will be dissipation of the energy in the form of heat. So there is the energy loss due to this hysteresis. Transformer works on AC voltage, hence in each cycle the length of the core increases and decreases. As a result, transformer produces burst noise. So due to the increase and decrease, there will be noise, and that is also a kind of the energy loss. So some electric energy is dissipated in burst noise. So students, you may note down these reasons. Now let us see some of the important uses of transformer. Small transformers are used in radio receivers, telephone, loudspeakers. It is used in TV, refrigerator, air conditioner, computer, etc., and also used as voltage regulators. It is used for stabilizing the power supply, because as we know that its function is to get the desired voltage. So it can be used as the stabilizer. Step-up transformer is used for getting large electric current for electric welding. And on the other hand, step-down transformer is used for melting the metals in furnace. Step-up transformer is used for producing X-rays. Electrical energy produced in power station reaches to consumers through transformers. So students, you may note down these uses.